Hey everybody, it's Matthew with the Celebrity Mailbox. I wanted to share a quick story about perseverance and when it comes to sending fan mail. One of my favorite responses I gotten, I sent a couple letters just to leaders of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Just as they would do speaking engagements and things like that, I would just send cards, wish them the best, and thank them for their service. One in particular, Elder Jeffrey Holland, he spoke in conference. I sent him a card, or I sent him some fan mail, and he sent me a fantastic letter. Okay, let me get this right. Hold on. So he sent me a fantastic letter, okay? And it read in part, you've been kind and generous over the past several years to send sweet cards of encouragement. They've all been appreciated. However, I must admit that your latest card, created for Sister Holland and me for our 58th wedding anniversary, is especially clever and appreciated. I thought that was cool. Again, something came up, a birthday or something, and I sent another card. Now, I'm just sending cards, fan mail, just to say thanks for what he does. And the biggest part is including pictures and just kind words and stuff, because a lot of people don't print pictures anymore, and I'm sure that he would have a lot. Imagine my surprise when this showed up, a handwritten note, and it says, "You're sweet to remember us in such personal and fun ways. Your cards, photos adorn my office. Thank you for your kindness." And then he signed it, Jeff and Pat, which again, I thought this was cool. So I got a nice letter from him. Then I got a handwritten letter. Again, kept sending cards, just saying thanks or whatever. And my mother at the time was going through a scary cancer diagnosis, and we wanted to, I was going to visit her in the hospital, and I got a phone call from the church, and I thought it was my local church leader calling to say something, but it was the secretary from the First Presidency. She says, Office of the Quorum of the 12, when I called her back. And she told me, she says, Elder Holland gets a lot of cards and a lot of cards over the years. And he says, but he looks forward to yours. He's very appreciative of yours. And he knows that he wrote a handwritten letter last time, but this time he wanted me to call. And it was wonderful because we chatted for a few minutes. And then she says, well, the quorum is on the break for Christmas, but he wanted to know if, she had talked to my wife previously, trying to get a hold of me. They couldn't get a hold of me, so they called my wife. And so she talked to him, let her know that I was checking on my mother, and the secretary was so kind because she said, would you be okay if I told Elder Holland that your mother is recovering from surgery and everything? I didn't speak to Elder Holland, but how cool is that he took the time to have somebody call me. He's responded 3 times just to cards that I send with pictures or messages and things like that. And it's amazing how impactful that can be, because it's people's pictures. It's their pictures that they're sharing on social media, and it's just all about them. So my message to you today is, it may not happen that you get a response ever, but you may get a response. Don't expect one, but if you get a response, you'll be pleasantly surprised. And like I said, the cards were simple. They just had a couple pictures on them and a couple kind words, but never underestimate the power of fan mail, especially when you make it about them, not about you, because if you put your information on it, advertising or whatever, it might not have the same impact. But if you just send something without any expectations of return, know that you might get a response. You might be pleasantly surprised. One thing that I would share with you real quick, there is a new program that if you want to get started trying fan mail, that you can send 10 cards for $20, including postage. No subscription, no anything. And I'll put the link in the comments, but don't forget to subscribe. But remember, fan mail should be for everyone. Thanks. Have a great evening.